s'il vous plaît, laissez-moi un peu répondre à ces gens. Parce que c'est très très sérieux là. Parce que maintenant, c'est tout le monde qui veut s'enchaîner sur les parents en croyant que moi, je vais vous laisser faire, je ne vous laisse pas faire. Je m'en fiche de vous, de ma carrière. Mes enfants, je vais assurer leur avenir, il n'y a pas un problème. Il va assurer l'avenir parce que ce qu'ils ont, moi je n'ai jamais vu ça dans la vie. Au moins, eux, ils auront ce qu'ils vont avoir. Mais je ne laisserai pas les miens. Je n'abandonnerai jamais les miens. Alors, commissaire Zogo, arrête de parler d'Ayabacho, tu n'es pas son égal. Tu n'es pas l'égal d'Ayabacho. Tu n'es pas son pareil. Toi, Ayabacho, c'est la nuit et le jour, man. Tu es commissaire. Si on te met devant Ayabacho, tu pisses sur toi. Si on te met devant Ayabacho, tu pisses sur toi. Ce n'est pas le faux courage que tu fais là. Tu pars à l'hôtel. Monsieur Pobia, libère. Non, c'est pas ça. Ce n'est pas ça. Si Ayabacho se passe devant Pobia, Pobia pisse sur lui. Tu comprends? Tu veux comprendre, moi, je vais te dire ça aujourd'hui. Je l'aime bien, ce monsieur. Je le respecte, café. Parce que c'est un grand homme. Oui, malgré tout ce qui va assurer l'avenir, il n'y a pas un problème. Il va assurer l'avenir parce que ce qu'ils ont, moi je n'ai jamais vu ça dans la vie. Au moins eux, ils auront ce qu'ils vont avoir. Mais je ne laisserai pas les miens. Je n'abandonnerai jamais les miens. Alors, commissaire Zogo, arrête de parler d'Ayabacho. Tu n'es pas son égal. Tu n'es pas l'égal d'Ayabacho. Tu n'es pas son pareil. Toi, Ayabacho, c'est la nuit et le jour, man. Tu es commissaire. Si on te met devant Ayabacho, tu pisses sur toi. Si on te met devant Ayabacho, tu pisses sur toi. Ce n'est pas le faux courage que tu fais là. Tu pars à l'hôtel. Monsieur Pobia, libère. Non, c'est pas ça. Ce n'est pas ça. Si Ayabacho se passe devant Pobia, Pobia pisse sur lui. Tu comprends? Tu veux comprendre, moi, je vais te dire ça aujourd'hui. Je l'aime bien, ce monsieur. Je le respecte, café. Parce que c'est un grand homme. Oui, malgré tout ce qui se passe, qui n'est pas bien, c'est pas beau à voir. Mais remettez à César ce qui appartient à César. Et remettez à Willy ce qui appartient à Willy. Oui, on va apprendre ce Cameroun de donner chacun ce qui appartient à chacun. Ce n'est pas qu'on va faire des choses comme si... Et voilà le numéro. Vous qui parlez toujours que Willy de Paris ne prend pas au téléphone.
Good afternoon, fellow Ambazonians. I salute all una. I be una brother Lucas Asso. We are the press secretary for the executive office for Ambazonia Governing Council. You know, surprise me. Say the Cameroun dictator Paul Biya. You know, these Cameroon people, them, they be so arrogant, but they be so stupid. Paul Biya are the most stupid person, the most stupid dictator, the most stupid president with this world don't ever see him. Paul Biya stupid. The man a very stupid man. Because they think say, because they kill a lot of the Bamilekes people them, they cut woman their bobby them, cut man picking their head them. They make the Bamileke people they fear, they give up their right, forget full independence, where they fight for La Republic their independence. So Paul Biya don't think say, okay, because they be frightened the Bamileke people them, they use these terror tactics, right? They burn people, their house them, they catch woman them, cut their body parts, and then cut man picking their head them, go put them for the head, for the town, for the village, for the middle for the village. It make the people them, they develop a certain type of fear. These La Republique people them, they give up their rights, forget full independence. So after they don't terrorize these Bamileke people them, they terrorize them so the people they give up. So Paul Biya thinks say they go use that same playbook for Ambazonia. Paul Biya thinks say, oh, the Ambazonian people them, well, they like the Bamileke people them. Well, Paul Biya, you don't touch the wrong generation. Ambazonians they not there like the Bamilekes. Just because you and Amadou Ayijo una massacre 400,000 Bamileke people them, una massacre them. Una apply the same scorched earth policy with the French on the Bamilekes people them, where they fight for full independence of La Republique. Una think say just because una be succeed for subdue these Bamilekes people them, Paul Biya thinks say that same psychology, that same playbook, it go work with the Ambazonians for 2021. Maybe if I work with the Ambazonians of the Jongu Foncha, maybe if I work with the Ambazonians of the generation for that time, maybe if I work with them, if we be try this same thing back then, maybe if I work. But I want me, Mr. Biya, know one thing. Not be for this generation. Your terrorism tactics on the Ambazonian people them now a driving force. The more you use terrorism tactics on the Ambazonian people them, the more we, the Ambazonian people them, the more we become more determined. The more you use scorched earth policy, we, the Ambazonian people, they become more determined. The more you bring more military inside Ambazonia, the more we, the Ambazonian people, they become more determined. The more armor cars you bring from Ambazonia, the more we, the Ambazonian people, they become more determined. So here we find, make this one be very clear for Paul Biya and to the Cameroun colonial state. Me be very clear to Diongute. Me be very clear to Betty Asombo. Or Asomo. Whatever they call it. Their Minister of Defense. Make this one be very clear for all the Cameroon generals where they inside the Ambazonian territory. Where they follow the doctrine of scorched earth policy and genocide. Me be very clear for them. Ambazonians are not like the Bamilekes. Una here we find the Ambazonian people them, they're not there like the Bamilekes. Where if una kill enough, una cause enough pain, una commit atrocities, una carry out terrorism tactics, then somehow it go make the people become more fearful and then they give up on their rights. Ambazonians are not the Bamilekes. Will be a very stubborn set of people. Will be a very powerful set of people. We understand La Republique more than La Republique understand themselves. We understand Paul Biya more than how Paul Biya understand himself. We understand the Cameroon colonial state more than Cameroon understand itself. We know Cameroon more than Cameroon know herself. We know Cameroon more than how his own people they understand Cameroon. Will be master of the game for the art and the psychology of Cameroon. So Biya, make this one be very clear for you. The Ambazonian people, they not be Bamileke people. Then. We need to fear die. We need to fear Amoka. We need to fear anything. There is nothing where we, this generation, will fear them. So if you don't realize that, since 1961, we will not next Ambazonia. We don't do all kind of things on the Ambazonian people then. Yes, we will be frightened the old generation. That old generation, they be fear. So they not be rebel. They not be stand up for fight. As we don't already promise you, you don't touch the wrong generation and you don't test the wrong group of people then. We will be a combination of lion and tiger. Will be a combination of lion, tiger, and even snake. That viper snake will be a combination of the worst in terms of danger. We, the Ambazonian people there. We the chop fire. We the chop na amoka no be fire. We the chop amoka. So, know this. Your terrorism tactics na fuel for we. Your terrorism tactics na petrol for we. Na fire, na kerosene for we. The more terror, the more Cameroon terrorism you bring them for the inside Ambazonia. Oh, now wait, you know what I'm gonna talk. The more of these terrorism tactics you bring them for Ambazonia, the more we become more defiant, more determined, more courageous, more creative, more brave. So get the message straight. The Ambazonian people, they not be the Bamilekes people. Them Ambazonians not be na fear la Republic citizen them. Ambazonians not be na the fear Cameroonese. We get hard. We strong. We strong inside and outside. We do withstand all things. That's why this generation don't teach you a lesson. The lesson what this generation don't teach you, now say your foolishness and your stupidity, you go only do them and you go end now within La République du Cameroun. Your nonsense. Now you're driving force for the Ambazonian people. You be the most stupid person. You be the most stupid president who the world will ever see. You take a country where you get the possibility for grow and prosper. You grind them. It become the most poor country for Africa. You take a country where you get promise for prosper. You introduce corruption, embezzlement. You send the country into blackness. You take a country with a promise for be a good place of stability. You turn them into a place of absolute violence. You take a country where you get the promise. You turn them into anarchy. You be the most stupid president where the world ever see. You go pay your crimes that we don't commit them on the Ambazonian people. Your stupidity where you live and make it control you. Your foolishness where you live and make it guide you. Your stubbornness where you think they say because you don't indoctrinate stupid military, stupid police, stupid gendarme, shit not white blast them, drunkards, because you don't recruit drunkards, drug addicts, and you send them into the streets of Ambazonia. You think if you go cause enough terror, then you go subdue the population, and then you go claim say Cameroun and Ambazonia, they be very peaceful and the people they like you. Now how market after 5 years? Mr. Biya, how market? How the market for the war? We declare among the Ambazonian people them. Now how market after 5 years? After 5 years, so you declare war on the Ambazonian people then. How market? How the market for the war? Tell we, after 5 years, where you go borrow money where the country not get them. For declare war. After 5 years, Mr. Biya, how market? How market? Now how the be? How market would they be them? Your terrorists be them. How market? How market with the terrorist gendarmes and the terrorist army? How market? How market? How market for the war? You don't taste them. You don't can taste Ambazonia. You don't can taste the generation of Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. You don't can taste them now. You don't can taste the generation. You don't can try them. It been an experiment for see if Ambazonians they will be like the Francophones. They will be like the Camerounais. You don't can test them. Now you understand, say the assimilation not work, right? As you say, talking for Paris. So we try for assimilate them, for integrate them into the French system, for weaken them, so that they not feel rebel. Well, you know, we try to assimilate them and integrate them with the Francophones. But you know, the system did not work. So here we are. I'm frustrated. I did try for talk like Paul Biya. If talk with English, we try for talk for Paris. So these people they get for know. Say will be a different breed, a different generation, and the nonsense what they do and will Camerounese them. After 5 years, they say they don't understand, say it need to work. So the defeat be real. The defeat be absolutely real. Now, after you don't spend trillions of CFA, we don't borrow. The war don't cost La Republique more than 1 trillion CFA. They don't borrow. They don't spend about 1 trillion CFA. Money where they not get them. And most of the money they end up now for corruption. For private bank accounts. So now Mr. Biya don't go back to square one. Mr. Biya they regret why he declared war on the Ambazonian people there. And for reverse the war, we know they again. After you don't kill 30,000 people there, you burn more than 1,000 villages. You incarcerate more than 10,000 Ambazonians. You send about 200 and something thousand that become refugees. And you get about 70,000 people that they live for bush. What you want? How you want to reverse those kind of things? And you think saying an apology will be enough? And you think say an apology will bring back the 30,000 people there? And when I just think say they say the generation where they will accept nonsense? Not be this generation of General Efang, of General Grandpa of Bali, of General No Pity, of General Kapo, of General Kumbo, of General Sumanguru, of General Popo. Not been at this generation of the Capo Daniel, of the Tapang Ivos, of Mami Woli, of Woman of God, of Comrade Cecilia. Not been at this generation. We believe in guns. We believe in the right to bear arms. So, Mr. Biya, take the one home tonight. Ambazonians, they know they like Bamilekes. They know they like the Camerounais. Will be a different breed. Your assimilation policy, the occupation, and the annexation, it don't make we become 20 times stronger, like a piece of steel. So instead, today, while I shame you and make you look stupid, you be a blessing to the Ambazonian people then. Your declaration of war for Ambazonian, not the gift of our freedom. Your burnings of villages for Ambazonian, are the gift of our freedom. If you not be wicked and not be so destructive, the Ambazonian people not for rise. But your level of destruction and evil, it caused our people them for put their foot for ground and say, enough, it's a fucking enough. Because since 1961, we never ever push them to a level where they go for be enough. So, your terrorism on the Ambazonian people now they give to their freedom. Your tyranny on our people now they give to their freedom. All the crimes we commit for Ambazonia now they give to our freedom. And as you know, because of the pain where you inflict them on our people, they develop such a level of defiance and determination. And that's why they crush the Cameroun being. They crush the Cameroun army. They crush the Cameroun gendarmes. They crush the Cameroun police. And they crush the colonial senators. Crush the colonial parliamentarians. Chase all of them out of our land. And because of the pain we put on for our people then, it becomes their strength. It becomes the courage where they not be get them. It becomes the bravery where they not be get them. Because when you push people to the limit, you awaken the giant within them. And they will turn around, chop you like a dragon, chop you like a monster. That's why don't crush you. Show Lucas Ayaba don't teach you a lesson. The strategy will lay on the Ambazonian people. Don't show you. Say sense past power. Sense for 21st century na power. For you think say na army be power. Na tanks be power. Na amoka be power. No. Power today na sense. Small sense we will apply them for you. It crush you. It crush your 20-something thousand army them. Anything we bring them, we use sense, we crush. We don't teach you a lesson. Now you understand Ambazonians, they not be Bamilekes. Ambazonians, they not be Camerounese. Now you understand the Ambazonians are a different breed of human beings. Will be different creatures. We will be the chosen people by God. We, the Ambazonian people, them will be chosen. Will be the chosen ones. God created we different. He created we very special. There is something special we did for inside every single Ambazonian. It be by design. Something be very special for inside every Ambazonian child. They get a special strand for inside their DNA as an Ambazonian. It will be very special. God created it very special. Purposefully. For teach you, probably a lesson. For show you say, there is a limit to the powers of a dictator. There is a limit to their military. There is a limit to their human rights abuse. There's a limit. We don't put a limit for how far you feel commit your crimes and how far you feel go. We don't take you from a man where you think say you will be a King Kong. We turn you into some small bush meat. A whole euphoria. Where before you cough, place go shake. See you. Even for street, you know if you even come up outside. Even for Paris, where you used to go every week. Now even the Paris, you know if you go again. See you, see your life? See your life? See your life? You know if you even travel again. Now you hide inside the presidency. Before you like for be for TV, may they see you wear better coat, wear tie. You work for TV. Every small time you work for Pobia for see TV. Pobia. Morning to night, Pobia. Even your name, then you call him again. Now you don't go hide. As a ghost. You only sign a presidential decree. Whether they are coffin, they sign presidential decree or na you. Now you don't go to hide. You see alive? Not be say one play with Ambazonian. You say you be Pobia. We will tell you to be Ambazonian. That's why we don't crush you. We don't teach you a lesson. We don't reduce a whole Pobia into nothingness. Into a person who now with the shame. The whole world no one see Pobia. Pobia need attend public events again because of Ambazonian. Because of which we don't teach you, which we don't show you. The shame, the humiliation, the disgrace. We don't reduce you from fame to ashes. From grace to grass. Amen? We don't reduce you to Mr. Head of State. To Mr. Hiding in the bunkers. We don't reduce you from person we like for travel all over the world. Tonight you go hide. Even camera, you know what I'm going to put on for your face. Now we be the chosen generation. We be Ambazonians. The bravest people for the world. You touch the wrong generations. And now you will confirm. Now you don't define way. I feel go beg that people them. I feel go I feel go apologize. Can I apologize? Would they accept my apology? Can I go to Bamenda and apologize? Okay, come for Ambazonia. The Ongute come can't taste them. He come. He can't hear guitar. Gang. The Ongute start on the high. Mr. The Ongute the right. Yeah. Prime Minister the run the height on the moto. The force is the fire up. The Ongute the right round the height. Hey. You want to see the Ongute the crawl the crawl on the ground. From Prime Minister to Mr. Crawling on the ground. And then Pobia, come. Another day you go know who control Bamenda. Would he invite you, make you come? Bring your apology. Another day you go know what you don't put inside Bamenda. That day you go experience earthquake. Ambazonian earthquake. From gang. That day, the person when they are bodyguard, now go be a suicide bomber that day. The person when they are own bodyguard, now go be your own suicide bomber. Now that day you go understand, say Ambazonian not be La Republique. Ambazonians they not be Bamilekes, and Ambazonians not be Camerounese. Alright? There is a price where you, Pobia, you pay them right now. Because of the war we declare on the Ambazonian people. There's a price you pay them. Shame. The shame of failure. The shame of your disastrous decisions. And those decisions, the consequences of those decisions, not them they go kill you and not them go put you in jail. The consequences of your decisions and your actions in Ambazonia, not them go kill you and not them go put you in jail. We promise you that. You used to say, say the end don't come. Now you want stuff for beg. Now you want go down on your knees for stuff for beg. We tell you, say we go defeat you. We go humiliate you. We go chase your beast out of Ambazonia. We promise you. Now the results don't come. 1st of October, which just happened 10 days ago, it be the most beautiful thing for the Ambazonian people. Them. The most beautiful thing. Forces across the Ambazonian territory. They don't grow in their strength, in their professionalism. They don't grow in their capacity, their equipment, their training. They don't grow. They don't get more confidence. They don't become more sophisticated. Nobody wanna see the match pass where grandpa for Baliputa. I wanna see soldier them nyang 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 nyang. That one's small. And then General Pity follow after grandpa. He caught cafe for Ambazonian flag. He stand tall, proud, as he carried that flag, that blue and white flag. He feel the power of being an Ambazonian. The power of carrying that flag for the first time. General Pity mobilize the forces them. March for Independence Day. When I see how good they feel. And it look good. That's how forces they march. Kunya, 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 kunya. With pride. Across the territory. When I see for Teke, the ADF brigade for day. Come on! When I see for Kumbo, when I see for Upper Banya, the ADF Supreme Commander General for day, a mobilized community, thousands of people there, from end to end, for all the 13 states, where people they mount the Ambazonian flag very high, they show their supremacy and authority. That's what you don't. That's what probably you don't. Oh, Ambazonian, they cry. You did watch and they cry. Hey! He said, Diongute, why would not lie for me? C'est quoi ça que je vois au télé? Est-ce que vous avez dit que there are just few terrorists and secessionists? C'est quoi ça? Mais vraiment, les gars là sont forts. Ils sont bien organisés. Mais c'est quoi ça? Ça c'est les Amba Boys? Oh, Diongute, did you not tell me that? Did you not tell me that there are only very few of them left? I can see hundreds and thousands of them. Where are they coming from, Diongute? Oh, Monsieur le Premier Ministre. It looks like somebody's been lying to Mr. Biya, eh? Yeah, Monsieur le Premier Ministre. Mr. Prime Minister, have you been lying to Mr. President? Have you been lying, telling me lies? Hey, Mr. Minister of Territorial Administration Atanganji, did you not tell me that there is no problem in Ambazonia? Did you not tell? You said there is no problem. Where are these people coming from? Look at the children in school uniforms. Thousands of school. They're going to community schools now. You know, we've lost control. The government schools are closed. The Amokas are not cannot go there anymore. You know, the senators and the parliamentarians, they can't go back and talk to their people. I don't know what to do. Mr. Frundi, you know, is afraid to go to Bamenda. Tabetando is afraid to go to Mamfe. We have lost control. Vraiment. Le Premier ministre, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Hey! Buba! Kai! Wala Talai, come here, Buba. Where is Buba? Hey, Buba, I sent you to finish the voices in the bush. What happened, Buba? Wala Talai. Kai! Allah, I don't know. We can see them. They are invisible. When we go, we don't. When we go there, we don't see them. To the bush. and you know, if we go to their bush, it's dangerous for us. They see us, but we don't see them. They see us, but when we look, we don't see them. And then they shoot us. Boom! So it makes us afraid to go to the bush. So we stay in Bamenda and hide and drink. Oh, is that what you do? Yes, they have odeshi, and we don't have the cure for the odeshi. So I've asked Malam to bring some medicine, and I'm still waiting for Malam to come bring medicine. Maybe when Malam bring the medicine, then we can eat the medicine, and then we can see them. Then we can fight. But Mr. President, now it's difficult to fight them. You cannot fight what you cannot see. How can you say that? So now the situation this inside that the situation this for inside La République. The whole thing be very confusing. The Biya game plan don't collapse. The General Buba, he don't know what to do. Diongute is confused. The corruption, the bribery, it don't fail. So the whole thing, it upside down, and then upside down again after upside down. So Cameroun, they don't know what to do with Ambazonian. So that's why Biya get now only one option. The Cameroun state, it get now only one option. Biya need for cover his shame. Diongute need for cover his shame. The Cameroun B, they need for cover their shame. So now they seek ways for start for back. Would hear now say they try for back. Say well, we busy sorry, but they shame for talk sorry. But you know how they talk now. You know how when the Diongute they talk, it try for use the word sorry. Say we'll be very sorry. He says you see him for physiology. Any person who study communication and the psychology of communication, you see him say the man they struggle. Diongute they really struggle for talk say where we'll be very sorry, but it is fear for use the word because he will go prison because they try for reserve that word. Now make not only Mr. Biya can do them because they think say you know then they talk the head of state. Yeah, the head of state, right? So that the place that way La République Day. So for Ambazonia, wait all this one, what it mean for now? Because at the end when I wait, yes, okay, you don't give me a nice rap. And you be so dramatic. Well, Mr. P.S., I not be no say you to be an actor. If you act Mr. Biya very well. So, for Ambazonian people then, 1st of October, now, the sign where the world be the wait for Siam. Because they see what you don't do over the last few years, but the world be the wait for really see the ultimate sign. What will be the ultimate sign? Say the Ambazonian people, they don't take control of the territory and say Paul Biya don't be defeated, the war strategy don't fail, the military option don't fail, even though they don't burn all these houses, burn these villages, they kill all these people them, Biya don't still lost the war. So what will be the ultimate sign where the world be the one time for Siam, for be convinced, say the Ambazonian don't become victorious. The world be the wait on 1st of October. 1st of October, it be at the period where the international system, it be the pay close attention on the ground. And that's why about 3 weeks before October 1, when I see Cameroun try to make some small move on the ground by, as when I don't hear from Mangang and other people there, they do real investigation, when I don't hear, as also me too, I don't explain that for when I see Cameroun try to make some small move on the ground. You know, they try to call for a lockdown, they try to call for, make some noise, say, some leadership there on the ground, for use some small forces them. When I see them, Cameroun try to make some move. All those moves, now moves for make Ambazonian not be able, make chaos be on the ground, and therefore October 1 will be effective. Therefore, the Ambazonian people not forget a chance for show the world the ultimate sign, say Ambazonian be in control. So we know all these things then, and that's why we be very firm with our people them. That's why we focus for mobilize our people them, communicate with them, and inform them as to why be. And as when I don't see them, the October 1 it turned out for be the best thing we will succeed for achieve them as a people, and would defeat all the Cameroon narratives and anti-Ambazonian liberation propaganda they want to make them. When I say all those schemes they fail, the Independence Day celebration, my people, una courage for come out in una millions for various communities for celebrate with una forces them, it send a powerful message to the international system. Since October 1, the international system it never be the same again. And the communication between the international system and the Cameroon state, the message be very consistent. Mr. Biya don't lose the war. The Cameroon not get any possibility or ability for maintain peace, security, and stability and protect the Ambazonian people. Then. What did that mean? The end of the occupation. Because the world, it be trust Cameroon for be the maintenance of peace, security, and stability, and the protection of the people them. So now Cameroon don't lost that legitimacy. The Cameroon state, it don't lost the legitimacy with the international community. It be trust them for be the guarantor of peace, security, and stability within the Ambazonian territory as the people they occupy the territory. The Cameroon state don't lost that legitimacy. And Biya know am. Diongute know am. They know am. So the talks within the international corridors don't change. That's why Biya they try for look for an alternative. And for them, they believe say if they carry Paul Biya, if they announce a visit for Paul Biya for Bamenda, then if Paul Biya go down on his knees and he asks for forgiveness, then they go change the perspective of the Ambazonian people them, and they go see as it be real and it be genuine. No. Na a mask, na a game. Biya na a murderer, na a killer, na a butcher, na a rapist, na an arsonist. It be wanted. The day we step in food for the Ambazonian territory. go regret. The Cameroun state go regret. Heaven will come down that day. This earth, it go turn 1 billion times. Biya no go ever go back where I that day. Me try am. No amount of begging. So with all this victory, the place we are now, it be so critical, so crucial. When the world don't see how successful we'll be for October 1. Now the time this, with the Ambazonian forces, they get for conduct themselves with the highest level of professionalism. Now when I be in control of the state. Now when I be in control of the territory. The time for proof something. I be ground zero commander and therefore I feel kill civilians. And then la Republic feel buy you and then you go commit atrocities and burn hospitals. Una must change. Now the time this will now get for live up to the obligations for being an Ambazonian soldier. A certain expectation and a code of conduct when I need for demonstrator. As Mr. Tibor Nagy rightly and famously talk am. A sense of discipline. The purpose of being a soldier is because you be disciplined. The only reason we carry gun is because you be disciplined. There must be a sense of discipline in your conduct and in your actions. As you don't preach, advocate, and educate, you are gone. Now for La République du Cameroun colonial administrators, La République du Cameroun enablers and traitors. You are gone now for the bees, the gendarmes, the DOs, the Cameroun colonial senators and parliamentarians and mayors. Your goal now for protect and show the highest level of respect to an Ambazonian, to our mommy them, to our papa them, to our brothers, to our sisters. Now when I be the authority on the ground, when I get a duty for represent the Ambazonian state and the Ambazonian people there, based on which we don't reflect them for October 1. When I get that duty. That's why the Ambazonian Governing Council and the Ambazonian Defense Forces, the Ambazonian Governing Council don't put out a code of conduct. Since they create the ADF, they give them an established code of conduct. We encourage all forces to adopt that code of conduct. Secondly, we want to send our sympathy to General Pity. 5 soldiers them of the Marine Forces, they be captured when one of their missions failed. We call all soldiers them for change, all top commanders and generals for change their phone numbers. Once forces they be picked up or captured in the battlefield, it be important. Any people they will be in contact because you don't know how far which contact you get them. So the right thing to do for make sure say La République use their phone and use them for capture other forces and for extract intelligence and track other forces and carry out covert operations against camps. That's how they encourage all forces to change their phone numbers. There is a lesson here all we need for Lenham. There's a lesson here. 2 days before the Independence Day celebration, General No Pity, he forces the attack the ADF general for Oku, General Bushambo, and they take 4 guns from ADF forces under General Bushambo. 2 days before Independence Day. 2 days. 2 days. This attitude for go the harvest, for disarm other forces, accumulate their guns them, for can project yourself so you be strong. You're not fine. The same people they're supposed to give you back up. Now them you don't go disarm them. Take some of their guns. Just forget more guns for Independence Day celebration. And then they get less. We call on General No Pity for safely return the ADF guns them, the 4 ADF guns them, for the forces them with disarm and for Oku. Go return their guns. You don't need any other drama between you and the ADF. You don't need them. Ambazonians, they don't need them. You get enough guns. If you want more guns, the people who you talk say you fight under, na them they sponsor you, ask them for give you more guns. If you need more guns, come for the leadership of Ambazonian Governing Council, say, hey, we need more guns. We value you. You did do a great job for the Ambazonian people then. But certain attitude and arrogance, it will lead to your downfall. And it be very destructive to the state. Where you think said only you are if you be King Kong. You need, when you dey under attack, you need forces them. You need for build relationship with other forces and other generals. Now so the ground supposed to be. That's so the ground supposed to be. The only reason why they bring this thing up now public education. Sometimes it help. Just like what public education for October 1. It inspire you for go celebrate October 1. Would it bring this education, but because sometimes them the people that they give an advice, that they give a wrong advice. There is no one day. Like the other day, forces were Kondo TD, they called me. Now forces they know they under totally under different groups. And would always give them good advice. And I did talk to them and treat them like they be ADF forces. The advice I go give ADF forces, now the same advice I go give them. Because we know say for them for that block, it be very critical for Ambazonian. Forces for Donga they call. Same advice we give them. Our goal now for empower the forces, strengthen them. Because it be good for Ambazonia. Our goal now for preach, educate these forces. The more we feed, educate the forces. After the toxic education we don't receive them from the spoilers. Now we go for fine-tune the education and see how we remold their character and their focus and create a sense of confidence so that the feel start to trust others and open new avenues of communication and collaboration so that they see each other as the enemy when we already defeat La République du Cameroun. The goal is supposed to be now for consolidate the ground. And for consolidate our gains. That's the purpose of leadership that. So why within the governing council would it focus on internal build-up? Would it also focus on external education and support for all forces? We owe that responsibility to the forces. We get the capacity for doing. For build the spirit of nationalism and teamwork and collaboration while they maintain their individual identities. We will succeed faster when we lower the tension and we encourage the team building spirit. But certain attitude they must end. Like for take other forces their guns. They must end. I want to appeal for General PT. As a soldier, as a general, do the right thing. Go give those guns. It will reduce any fear. When you pass for ADF territory, you will talk, say, oh, they will attack me. The only reason why you go get that fear, not just because you know, so what you don't do and be wrong. Go return the guns. It will take away the fear. You need backup. And ADF forces where they day for places where you operate. Now they're supposed to give you backup. Now you're supposed to give them backup. Just like we don't tell ADF forces. Other forces where they surround them, they be critical just like they be critical. Without those forces, then they be vulnerable. No matter how powerful they be. They be vulnerable. The place where Grandpa Balide be very strategic, it be important. It presents for that place. It help ADF for the other side. ADF the other side, it help Grandpa for the other side. Go move Grandpa for there. That area will be vulnerable. Now the same thing. If you move no pity for place where they, that area will be vulnerable. And then now the enemy feel spread and it'll be easy for penetrating other blocks. That's why we think say every block it be important. And that's why the block by block philosophy, now the most effective philosophy. Now the public don't be defeated. We go for focus, for consolidate and increase the build up of specialized forces on the ground. All this small noise, this for year, we go for build specialized forces on the ground. If you don't see them, all the places where the specialized forces that you operate there's no chaos. Zero. All the places from Upper Banyang, you go Sote for Lebialem, the whole of Momo, there is zero chaos. No chaos. No infighting. Nothing. Because they don't be trained. Yesterday, the leader of our War of Independence, Dr. Chua Yaba, he put a message for outside. For tell the Ambazonian people, say, the Ambazonian Governing Council, it don't institute civilian military tribunal on the ground. Now, people, if you go through a tribunal, we go be led by civilian and the military on the ground. The first thing where they don't make them, any Ambazonian girl where you go out with La République Army, now a crime, you go face military tribe, you go face that tribunal. Any Ambazonian woman where you go sleep with La République du Cameroun or you make friend with La République du Cameroun in any way, shape or form, You go be arrested and na a crime. You go be criminalized. You go face that tribunal. Now the first thing I don't put them for outside. So we tell all our sister them, wanna be very careful. You know, if you go sleep and be boyfriend with a person way for now they go around rape your own mommy them, rape your other sisters them, burn people their house. Now which kind of blood that you carry put inside your own skin? Which kind of blood? Now how you think so that person they regard you? How you think so they regard you? It put a poison inside your skin. It put a disease. It put a bad energy. We will call it say balok for your skin. Because it carrying a hate for inside you. For you for come for the land will gone. For do all those crimes. Now hate it carrying for inside you. So if you go interact with that energy, especially for that kind of way, man not talking because begin to watch for ACN. You go interact with that kind of energy. How you think say your health will be like? What do you think say go to work for your spirit? It means say you too, you don't go carry that bad energy. You did now work out with them. Now you don't go find hellfire for yourself inside your own skin. Una be very careful with your choices. Una be very careful. We know say war day, and therefore times they be very hard. Where my sister them? Well, you want during hard times, make you carry more hard times, put them on top. Because that person, he don't regard you as a human being. Respect for you, no day. Because if you be respect, you not for go to kill your people them. They don't look you like nothing. You be just an object. And most of the time they use you. Sometimes they even finish, when they finish with you, after they don't use you, they take you, they go kill and drown for some side self. So why do you go put yourself for that kind of risk? It be worth it? I don't think so. I beg, when I save my life here, the liberation for end all this suffer, so that when I get hope. Because if you get hope, you not for go live that kind of useless life. Go live and make drug addicts. Chronic people, they get chronic diseases them. They never wash, whether not for 3 months or they never brush their teeth, whether not for how many months or you can't live and they can't begin to interact with you. Chai! I beg. Hey! Smelling thing them. You can't leave them, they can't begin. Chai! I beg. Anyway, now just small advisor will be just my drop them for our sister. I talk this for today. Oh, by the way, the leader of our war of independence, it be promised when I say get a very big announcement for making for the Ambazonian people. I'll be very happy. I'll be very, very happy. I'll be so happy with what you get for Teuna. The Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, the leader for our war of independence, this Saturday will come. I think it will be at the 15th of October. He and Benedictwa, the chairman for the Ambazonian War Council, they would be out for discuss una and bring una really good news. Una hard go over sweet. Okay? So make a leave them for here. Una get a blessed evening. Una take care of yourselves. Or una get my phone number. If una get any question, una reach out for me. For all the forces them, we the one get more better structure and the one be under better leadership. Una reach out for we. Una no need forces they no need for the oversuffer, especially if we fight for Ambazonian people. Una no need for the oversuffer. So if una want be under better structure, under better command and control, una reach out for we. We'll be the Ambazonian Governing Council be ready for help and support or make forces that become more effective on the ground. So una take care We'll talk for una tomorrow. By the way, for all Ambazonians and for Canada here, today na the day we they call and say Thanksgiving. A culture for Canada here, a national day with these people then for this country, where they found this country. They put them for a day where the people then for Canada they celebrate the blessings of harvest. So at the end of the harvesting season, so since this part of the world, this country, it been a farming country before it became developed and industrialized. It been a farming country, so it been a tradition where they, at the end of the farming season, the farmers they give thanks for their bountiful harvest, for all the things, the crops where they don't harvest them for the end of the season. For all the blessings we don't come for them for the end of the season, they celebrate them. So this country they celebrate thanks. They set one day aside for the year. Now one day aside for the year. Now always I think the third weekend, the second weekend for October, they set them aside with the Canadian people. They give thanks for all the good things that don't happen for the country, for all the good things that don't happen for the family. But it comes a tradition for farming. Now they don't take them as a national tradition. So I want to salute all the Ambazonian people them for Canada. Happy Thanksgiving for all una. I know say una don't a lot most of una since the tradition for make big turkey. Una don't make big turkey. So una keep my own. Una keep my own. Una call me. Una keep my own turkey. Okay? Una call me. Anything una make them. Una call me. Una keep my own. Today na Thanksgiving. Una must keep my own. Una must keep my own. Langa di do me. For place where I be waka man. So Langa di do me. Una send my own turkey. Alright. Una take a happy Thanksgiving for Ambazonians and for Canada. Ambazonians and for America next month. Una would come for day. Would come for catch up on turkey for Thanksgiving for American Thanksgiving for November. Alright. Una take care. Now good night. We'll talk tomorrow. As always, we love una plenty. Bye for now.